Mount Banahaw, a place of pilgrimage, of mysticism, of energy. Rising between the provinces of Laguna and Quezon, this dormant volcano is considered sacred by many, revered by spiritual sects, and visited by thousands each year. But beneath its reputation as a holy mountain lies another, darker legend, one that speaks of Spanish silver, sealed caves, and a treasure still guarded by the mountain itself. The tale begins in the Spanish colonial era, during the late 1700s to early 1800s. The Spaniards had long recognized Banahaw's strategic locations. Its foothills were rich with resources. Its springs offered water to surrounding pueblos, and its steep slopes made it a natural fortress. But more importantly, Banahaw became a place where friars and officials could quietly retreat and hide things. Historical whispers claim that a group of Spanish clergy, possibly accompanied by military escorts, transported large amounts of silver bullion, religious relics, and documents deep into the mountain. Their aim: to hide them in a cave known only to a chosen few, away from insurgents and pirates who had begun to threaten Spanish outposts in the region. This cave, it said, was not just hidden. It was sealed with masonry, marked with symbols, and protected by oaths of silence. So why Banahaw? Unlike other regions, Mount Banahaw was already revered by indigenous people as a spiritual site. The Spaniards were aware of this, and they exploited it. According to some historians and spiritual scholars, the Spaniards may have deliberately chosen Banahaw as a hiding spot, hoping that its sacred reputation would discourage locals from venturing too deep into its unexplored interior. Over the centuries, the legend evolved. As stories were passed down, new elements were added. Some said the treasure was cursed, guarded by spirits or elemental beings. Others claimed that only those pure of heart could find the entrance. A few believed that a secret religious order, possibly connected to the Katipunan or to early Christian mystic sects, continued to protect the treasure in silence. In the 1930s, a Filipino hermit who lived near Dolores, Quezon, claimed to have found part of an underground chamber near a Banahaw stream. He described polished stone walls, strange carvings, and an unbearable coldness in the air. But before he could investigate further, a sudden landslide blocked the entrance. He died a few months later from unexplained illness, fueling superstitions that the site was cursed or forbidden. After World War II, several groups of treasure hunters attempted to explore Mount Banahaw with metal detectors and crude dynamite. Some disappeared. Others returned claiming they had encountered breathable air that suddenly vanished, or heard what sounded like chanting from within the rocks. In one particularly bizarre case from the 1970s, a well-funded team allegedly found carved stones with Spanish initials, but the project was abruptly shut down after their lead explorer fell into a coma following a nighttime accident on the mountain. Skeptics dismiss all of this as myth. They argue that no verifiable records exist to prove the Spaniards ever buried treasure in Banahaw, and that the stories are merely products of folk imagination and spiritual lore. But those who've studied the mountain's unusual electromagnetic fields, thermal patterns, and acoustic anomalies believe there could be more hidden beneath its layers of rock and mystery than we currently understand. Today, Mount Banahaw is a protected natural and cultural site. The government has restricted access to many of its deeper trails and caves, partly for environmental conservation, but also, some believe, to keep people away from the hidden areas where treasure seekers still attempt to dig. There are stories from as recently as 2015 of foreign teams seen near the mountain's base with ground-penetrating radar. No public reports followed, but locals near Lucban and Dolores still tell of strange lights on the slopes at night. Some say they've heard metallic echoes beneath the earth. Others, more spiritually inclined, say they've dreamed of caves opening, then closing, before anyone can enter. So what is the truth? Did Spanish friars truly bury their silver in a sacred mountain, counting on its power to protect it for eternity? Are their sealed vaults still untouched in Banahaw's deepest veins? Or has time and myth created a story too compelling to die? Maybe it's not just silver buried in Banahaw. Maybe it's history itself. Thank you for watching Philippine Hidden Gold Files. Don't forget to subscribe for more mysterious stories, lost treasures, and legends waiting to be uncovered across the islands of the Philippines.